today I'm filming this video in my room, and I changed my setting, as you can see, because a friend told me that I needed something better than just a white wall. So I hope this is better. These are my books, and so I'm so happy. What? I love my books, so yeah, enjoy looking at them. Today I'm going to talk about one of my favorite stories of all times, and it's called Into the Wild by Jon Krakauer. It's actually nonfiction, which sort of goes against what I said in the last video that I didn't normally read nonfiction, but apparently I do. So it's a really awesome story. It's about a man from, oh my god, I don't remember, from the United States, and I'm trying to think of the state, but I really just can't remember. That's not the most important part of the story anyway. His name was Christopher Johnson McCandless, and it's actually a true story. And what this guy did was that he wanted a different life for himself. He loved the outdoors. He wanted to be an explorer of the outdoors. He wanted to be immersed in a different sort of life than what we have now. He didn't like material things. He didn't like what most people thought to be a good life. He wanted to be out in the world, seeing things and discovering things. So it's a really awesome story. His goal was to go into Alaska and to like live in the wild, and he did do that. And unfortunately, I'm not sure how many days he was there, but after a while he died of starvation, which was really unfortunate because he was just a really incredible person, and his story just really touched me. But even though he died, I think that what he did in his life, just going out there to find the wild, is just incredible. And you know, to actually do what you want, even though it might be dangerous, even though people tell you not to do it, but to actually go out there and find what you really, really want, I think that's really amazing. So the book, basically, it talks about the author, Jon Krakauer. He sort of, I think he did an article about when they found Chris's body. He wrote an article about it, and he received really good feedback about it because Chris, he met a lot of people in his trip to Alaska. He traveled all throughout different parts of the United States. He even reached Mexico. And all throughout this journey, he met a lot of people, and all people say that he was a really special person. He was really, I don't know, incredible. His way of seeing things and the way he thought about life, it was really, really interesting. And he met a lot of good friends and people that cared about him that weren't in his family, but they just, maybe people that picked him up when he was hitchhiking, trying to get somewhere, or people that he stayed with or worked for a little while to get money to continue his journey. And yeah, all of those people had really positive things to say about him, and they were all really sad when they realized what had happened. But they all, in this book you can find some of the things they said. Here in the cover, it says, in April 1992, a young man from a well-to-do family hitchhiked to Alaska and walked alone into the wilderness north of Mount McKinley. His name was Christopher Johnson McCandless. He had given $25,000 in savings to charity, abandoned his car and most of his possessions, burned all the cash in his wallet, and invented a new life for himself. 4 months later, his decomposed body was found by a moose hunter. So yeah, that's like the summary of the story. But I mean, when my friend Ivana told me about this book, she was like, yeah, the guy who died, and I was like, what did you tell me he died? But apparently it's something that you know from the beginning, because his death was what brought his story out into the world, so that people could be interested in knowing who was that guy and why was he there and what did he want in his life. So I bought this book actually in North Carolina, and in a store, a used bookstore that I really love called Mr. Mike's Used Books, and they had this book in different editions. And I think this one, the cover is all like, I don't know if you can see, but it has a little bit of, what do you call it when the book, you know, these things. And it was $2.99 only, and the other one was like $3.99, but I bought like another 10 books so I wanted to save $1 and I bought this one because I thought, hey, it's Into the Wild. I mean, it can be all crumpled and it's Into the Wild. So it's a really beautiful book. Has some maps inside, and I really like this where it says the title and you can see the forest. I think it's so beautiful. In the very first chapter, there's this letter that Chris wrote to his friend Wayne when he finally got to Fairbanks, and I'm gonna read it. It's really, really nice. It's like his goodbye letter to him. It says, April 27th of 1992. Greetings from Fairbanks. This is the last you shall hear from me, Wayne. Arrived here 2 days ago. It was very difficult to catch rides in the Yukon Territory, but I finally got here. Please return all mail I received to the sender. It might be a very long time before I return south. If this adventure proves fatal and you don't ever hear from me again, I want you to know you're a great man. I now walk into the wild. Alex. So, yeah. It's sad when you think about it, but it's a really awesome story. It says Alex because even though his name was Christopher, he liked to call himself Alexander Supertramp when he went on his journey, on his travels. So yeah, that's why. I really recommend this book for anyone who loves adventure stories, who loves the outdoors, who wants to know about a different life that you could have, and about the different, I don't know, passions that we can have as human beings. I can really relate to this story because he just had this yearning to be in the outdoors, to live in the world as people did thousands and thousands of years ago, when it just wasn't like right now that you had like this structured society and you had to live a certain way. He just wanted to be in the wild, how things naturally were. And I think that's so beautiful, like actually finding your own food out there, hunting. He had to hunt. I mean, I would never hunt because I don't need to, but I think living outdoors, it might be different. I think another cool thing was that he was just out there with the animals, the wildlife, the beautiful, beautiful, amazing sceneries that he must have witnessed, because Alaska is so beautiful. And also all the places that he visited while trying to reach Alaska, that must have been so amazing to be in the presence of that incredible nature. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go to Alaska tomorrow. I would just love an adventure like his. I know it's dangerous, and I know it's people are gonna think you're crazy when you do something like that, but it's incredible to really just find what you love and pursue it. Yeah. I started thinking about going to Alaska. It's just incredible to see of someone that did go, and to try to incorporate into your everyday life things from the wild, and to discover the earth. I mean, really, I think that nature is one of the most beautiful things that we have, and yet we choose to destroy it. We choose to take away all its beauty because we want to gain money, we want material things that are really not even, like, in comparison, they're not even like, no, any sort of material thing, a car, you know, people are just so involved in that sort of life, and they want things, and really what we have in nature is so beautiful, and we don't appreciate it like we should. So I think that's what you can get from the book. If you don't like reading, there's also a movie which is really good. I saw it and I really liked it. I cried like 5 times, I don't know. It was just so beautiful. So yeah, I really recommend this book. So yeah, my friend is coming over. We're gonna sort through food wrappers that we're gonna send to TerraCycle to recycle. That rhymed? Yeah. So yeah, I gotta go, but I hope you read this book. Please read it. It's awesome. Or watch the movie if you're lazy, but you should do both. And yeah, thank you for watching.